The suitcases were found here at Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol. The victims, 62-year-old Albert Alfonso and Paul Longworth, 71, who lived together in their flat in Shepherd's Bush in London. This is the man dragging the suitcases, 35-year-old Yosti Mosquera from Colombia. He'd met Albert Alfonso on explicit sexual websites dating back as far as 2012. Albert's partner, Paul Longworth, knew about these communications and encounters, but had nothing to do with them. Albert had visited Mosquera in Colombia, and later on in 2024 he'd paid for a flight for Mosquera to travel to Heathrow. Not long after arriving in London, Mosquera, Albert and Paul took a day trip to Brighton, where Mosquera even had a trip on a zip wire on Brighton Beach. Things all changed on the 8th of July 2024, when Albert left early for a lifeguard shift at a local gym. Paul stayed at home, alone in the flat with Mosquera. By midday, Paul was dead, struck on the head with a hammer at least 9 times and his body hidden in the base of a divan bed. That evening, Albert returned home from work. Hours later, he too was murdered, stabbed during an extreme sex session between him and Mosquera. The attack was caught by up to 4 cameras that were recording at the time in his bedroom. Mosquera stayed in the flat for 2 more days. He cleaned up, he withdrew cash from Albert's bank accounts using his cards, and he ordered a freezer from Facebook Marketplace. He then packed the dismembered bodies into 2 suitcases and hired a man with a van to take him, the 2 suitcases containing the bodies of Albert and Paul, to bring him here to Clifton Suspension Bridge. It was late on the evening of the 10th of July when the suitcases were discovered by bridge staff here at the suspension bridge. One of the suitcases leaking red liquid onto the pavement. He was challenged by a cyclist and ran from the scene. Police arrived at 9 Scots Road and upon searching their flat, found a freezer in the hallway containing the heads of Albert and Paul. After 2 days on the run, Mosquera was arrested outside Bristol Templemead station.
You're under arrest on suspicion of murder. You don't have to say anything, but may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand?
In court, he claimed that he was the victim, that Albert exploited him, but the jury didn't believe him. They found him guilty